Leroy St. Germain here. I'm the publisher of Ward 32 News in the Beaches. Our claim to fame is that we are the only newspaper on the entire North American continent in history to ever be sued at the taxpayer's expense. Actually, what it is a little ploy that politicians use. They file suit against you. Then they go to the press and notify them that they are suing you, which is then generally published in the mainstream media. The idea of that is to convince the public that Leroy is a liar and that all of these things he said about Councillor Sandra Bussin are not true. However, they don't bother following through with their lawsuit because in most cases they're going to lose anyway. Also, the taxpayers don't like the idea of paying for lawsuits because somebody criticized their local councillor. Now, for you folks that are not familiar with who Sandra Bussin is, she was the unstoppable city councillor here in the Beaches. She was in power here for approximately 14 years. She was also the first Speaker of the House for City Council in Toronto and also a deputy mayor, a very powerful politician, and firmly believed that she was unstoppable. However, due to the comments made in our newspaper over a 2-year period of time, and also the Anybody But Bussin campaign, which we were also responsible for running, she became stoppable. So, from what I understand, her career in politics is history. There is no more Sandra Bussin. Since then, we've come on to a new agenda, something we're now focusing on. It's called a BIA, or Business Improvement Association. We're currently focused on the one that is known as the Mosaic BIA, covering the businesses between Westlake Avenue on the Danforth, that's just a little bit west of Main and Danforth, and it extends westward to Jones and the Danforth. It encompasses approximately 500 businesses and building owners. And a while back, just a few months ago, a member of theirs presented me with a copy of their annual financial breakdown, and I found it to be somewhat startling. I noticed that a lady by the name of Pat Silver was the chairperson on their board of directors. She would be the person responsible for spending their money. And I also noticed that she is in the entertainment business, Sphere Entertainment. The other thing I noticed too is that all things pertaining to entertainment on the Danforth were purchased from her own company. That is what we call a conflict of interest. It is against the rules. It should not be permitted, and by law, it is not permitted. Okay, now because of this conflict of interest, A, they're spending lots of money. B, the businesses are getting nothing for their money. C, we have a revolution on our hands. The businesses in the area call for a new board of directors. And you can't blame them because they do want to get something for their money. The whole idea of the BIA is Business Improvement Association, to improve the entire area, to get lots of fresh customers, people out to their shops spending money, you name it. And that simply isn't happening, and it simply cannot happen with the methods that they're currently using. So the general consensus is that the businesses are demanding change. And now we're going to show you a video of the proceedings of the election of a new board of directors.
Major, and I'm not with the Danforth Mosaic BIA. I'm the manager of the city's BIA office, and part of my role is to ensure Toronto's 71 BIAs operate in accordance with the municipal code. And my role here is to ensure order is kept and that rules are followed. Assisting me tonight are George Wheeler, Michael Saunders, and Angela Barone from my office. The purpose of tonight's meeting is to present an overview of the 2010 activities of the BIA, to adopt a budget for 2011, and to elect nominees for the BIA Board of Management for 2011 to 2014.
Agenda item number 4, we've now finished number 3, is the approval of tonight's agenda. I need a motion for that. Motion is approved. Second. Okay, it has been moved by Karen Redmond and seconded by George Fortunas that we approve this evening's agenda. All in favor of approving the agenda?
You have 1 minute.
Okay, we do have about 5 or 6 items that we would like to raise throughout this AGM and election. First and most importantly is that we would like to request the auditor not be rehired.
That's an agenda item.
Okay, so we're just going to, you're giving me my minute. The second item would be that we would like to motion for some new budget items. So the budget that's been submitted on behalf of the members has some opposition, and we'd like to just put that in, that we relook at it and look through budget items. And we would also like to have a discussion about the procedures. It seems that there's such a learning curve with BIAs, and that our members are still not, it's not that they're not inept, but they don't have the skills and the knowledge to work with the BIA. And one of those things is understanding the code, which, you know, after 3 years, we're just starting to see.
You should start to wrap up.
Okay, so we would like to talk about bidding specifically, and about an ethics and reporting back to the membership throughout the year as per the code.
Okay. Most of your motions that you would like to move are agenda items.
Okay.
You raise those when we talk about the budget.
Okay.
And when we talk about the appointment of the auditor.
Okay.
Your other matters can be discussed at other business at the end of the meeting. If we
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
We were an orphan strip on the Danforth after Greektown. We were 500 shops and services that had no brand, no mass marketing, no common vision, no singular voice. Through the selfless dedication of an all-volunteer, unpaid board of management, we are now a business improvement area with a strong brand, a big voice, and a long-term vision for growth and prosperity. The BIA office supports the members by purchasing everything from printer paper, envelopes, air conditioners, document printing, water, web campaigns, entertainment services, and more from our BIA members. We shop locally.
Okay, now one of the things we noticed the day of their meeting to elect a new board of directors, my cameraman stopped in at a printer's on the Danforth and asked him if he was going to be attending the meeting that night, and the printer said no, he wasn't interested in doing anything with the BIA. So of course my cameraman asked him what was the problem. Well, he evidently had made a quote of $800 to do a job, and the job went to another printer at $1,000 more. It's only $200 difference, but that's not the point. The point is that whoever's spending money for the BIA should be showing as much respect for their money as they would for their own money.